Platinum Lucio coaching session for Flauza, who wants advice on consistency and general Lucio tips. Now, for consistency, I would have to like talk to you a bit and get a feeling of how you train and how much you play and how you play and so on, because it's a very personal thing. It's hard to give general advice. I would say that if you want general advice with consistency, the most important things are one, energy, like how much you rest, how many breaks you take in between games or in a training session, how much you train. Like for example, a reasonable schedule would be say 2 hours for improving and try harding, taking breaks in between games, and then playing for fun for the rest of the session if you're playing for more than 2-3 hours at a time. Um, so energy is really important. Your like mindset, or the goals that you set for yourself and what you want to work on needs to be clear. You need to know what your purpose is and what you can do to achieve your purpose. So like for example, if you want to improve with Lucio, then you need to know how to like sort of segment the parts that compose Lucio gameplay and like isolate them and work on each one in particular. Give yourself feedback or look for feedback from other people and so on. Learn to focus on certain things and disregard other aspects of your gameplay and so on. If you want to rank up, then that's different, and you need to like understand that ranked is not like very predictable. You need to learn to focus on yourself, ignore people distracting you, prevent people from distracting you, mute chat and so on. I've talked about this before. um, but anyway, I'm not gonna go on a rant about this because it's pretty difficult without like actually talking to you. I would say that you need to pay attention to these two. You need to pay attention. You need to make sure you're well rested, that you take breaks, that you maintain a high level of energy, and you need to know to make sure that you know what you're working towards and how you can achieve that goal. Now, for Lucio is an interesting, really interesting character. And the reason for that is that Lucio, much like a soldier, say, is a jack of all trades, master of none type hero. Well, you can do a lot of things. You can peel for your team. You can protect your team, but you're not the best at that. A brig might be better at protecting your team than you are. Like you have the tools. You have amp. You have poop. You do a good amount of damage. So you can protect your Ana from their ball, or from their Junkrat flanking and so on. You can, but you're not the best necessarily at that. You can assist. You can help your team. For example, you could go on a flank with your Sombra, or help your Ash hold an off angle and so on. But again, you're not the best at doing that. A Mercy Pocket or maybe a Kiwi Pocket would be better. But you can do it. And the third one is that you can pressure yourself, solo pressure. So you can take your own short angle. You do a decent amount of damage, and you are really, really survivable. So if these two aren't needed, then you can take your own angle and look for your own value. But what makes Lucio unique is that you can and you should do all of these three things, not at the same time, but you need to be ready to sort of swap between them depending on what the situation demands. So Lucio is a very nuanced, a very complicated character. If you have any specific questions, then you can ask me in DMs. You just want general advice. So let's take a look and see what we can notice. So looking at our comp and the enemy comp, you have some options. As I said, these two people can be a threat to your Ana. So if in the setup phase you can try to disrupt them, you can try to poop the ball away when he's trying to engage. You can try to contest Junkrat on an angle if it's not an enclosed room, right? You can poke him out. You have more poke than this hero. So you can contest these two flankers. You can choose your own angle and go for a Widowmaker assassination, or you can support your ball or Sombra in doing that. You can dive together with these two people, like after you've made sure that the ball is no longer a threat to your Ana or to your Ash, right? Because these two would like to take a long angle and just keep poking, and you could help them stay there for longer. You could protect them from the ball and so on, right? So you have two options so far. You can, or actually three options. You can help your backline stay on the angle and stay safe. You can help your front line make dives and get kills. You can take your own angle and try to kill one of these two people. And that's about it, right? I think those are mainly your options. So depending on what happens, you are gonna make a choice, and it's important that you stick with that choice and you get value. And when there's no longer value to be had from that, when like you are done peeling the ball, or you realize that maybe the dive, I mean, they're too far away for you to dive and so on, then you can look for something else. You need to constantly look at the state of the fight and at your teammates and at the map and make a choice based on what you see, right? I'd say that spinning your ball is not necessary. Like, if anything, speed boost is kind of annoying to ball because you keep running you keep running to walls when you're speed boosted because your movement changes a bit, but whatever. Okay, this is fine. Now I think you could take a wider angle. You could either just sit here and try to boop the ball away when he goes in, or you could take a wider angle and poke with your Sombra here. You're kind of in the middle of everything, which is not ever a great idea. But regardless, you have a couple options. You can choose to peel the ball, which is probably not going to go in right now because he has used his shields. You can see that he has used his shields and he's half HP and he's far away from your team, so he's probably not a threat anymore. You can try to assist the dive, so go in and do damage with the ball, which is an option, but would leave you like pretty exposed to the Widow. Or you could like swing around and go towards the Widow, pressure her out with the Sombra. If she grapples out, then you can either pursue or you can run back and try to kill the rest of the team once the Widow is like out of the fight. I would say that especially since your Sombra is here, you can probably like choose to go for the Widow, because you still have your amp. I mean, you will have your amp in 2 seconds. Whereas fighting here is like, it's not a bad option, but it is pretty open to the Widow, and it's also it's kind of dangerous to like jump straight into a Junkrat. You want to keep your distance from this guy because he's gonna 2-tap you. But anyway, even if you choose to pressure this side, you could like wall ride this way and try to boop them out of a door frame. That would be good if you choose to like assist your team with a dive. Now, going back here, I don't necessarily hate it, but I would prefer you staying on the angle. I would prefer you staying here, keep poking, go up here, boop the ball away. You see your Sombra trying to go for the Widow. Your Ashe is like what your Ashe is gonna die to is the ball engaging and the ball slamming the Ashe, right? And you can tank that with your amp, but it would be better if you just disrupt the ball in the first place and prevent him from going in and chunking his HP and so on. So I think this is not horrible, but you don't have to give up your position to peel in this scenario. And even here, like there needs to be a boop here. You can't just let the ball go in. Chasing is fine if you want to chase. This is okay. Okay, so right now, we have point control. We are 1 down. The ball is in the back line. The Sombra is out. You have no information on the ball, and you are just kind of floating in the open. If you realize the Widow is here, once again, I'd probably go for the kill here. You could also just stay up here and stay on this wall, do damage when they're getting out of the choke. And if you see an opportunity, maybe an Ananade or maybe a ball dive, you can follow up on that. You choose your rotate to point. I mean, this ends up being fine because she lands the sleep, but with Lucio, you never really want to be floating. You never want to be in no man's land. You want to choose, like, again, there's no peel to be had right now. There's no aggression to follow up on. Oh, my mouse got lost. There's no aggression to follow up on because our Sombra is out and the ball is like doing God knows what. So take your own angle. Take a short angle, go this way, and do damage from here. Poke from here. Maybe you see somebody isolated. Maybe the Ana's coming out of spawn and you can poop her away and kill her. I don't want to see you like just floating around for nothing. Because if this Widow is better, you probably press and tab here. But if this Widow is better, she kills you here. And even here, you're not in a position to do good damage to a Widow. Like, you are a close range hero. You don't want to necessarily be close to a Junkrat because it's gonna kill you, but you would want to be close to an Ana, you would want to be close to a Mercy, you would want to be close to a Widowmaker, you would want to be close to a Bull, right? Because you're built to leave those matchups or win those matchups. But you don't, like, right now, nothing is happening. You need to make a choice. You need to either think, where are they gonna come from? Maybe top right. So I'm gonna be around here, wall riding here, and ready to like contest this angle or boop them away, right? Or if you think they're gonna come main, because you hear them main, just be here or be here and get ready to go in with your Sombra on a ratty play, because your Sombra is going in right now, right? So you need to support her if you want to go for the dive play. Again, ends up working out, but not for the good reasons. This is just mechanics. So you should be on a wall, and when 1v1ing, you should spam switch your speed and heal, because that makes your movement more unpredictable, right? If you get, there's no reason to just be on heal here, because your Ana is out of the fight or she's full HP, so you don't need to pocket your Ana. And when you're on heal, you're also full HP, right? So you see Lucio's swap between their songs to make their movement more unpredictable and sort of min-max the amount of healing and the amount of speed that they get in a 1v1, right? So if we were to watch this engage again, to watch this fight again, you kill the Widow, that's cool. So right now, what you should do is you should like wall climb here, shoot, boop, maybe strafe wide and start spamming your thing. If you get hit, then you climb on this wall, you amp, and you keep shooting, right? But you kind of stay in the open on heal song for no reason, and you get to tapped. You should heal. We should speed whenever we're moving, pushing in, pushing out, rotating, etc. And you should heal whenever we're not moving, right? But in a 1v1, that rule changes because there's it just gives you an edge, right? Having a bit of speeding up your movement and making your strafes more unpredictable just gives you an advantage. So utilize your speed in 1v1s. And your war riding, very important. So again, you need to be on speed here. There's nothing to heal. If we look at the battlefield, we see our Ashe is probably dead. You can't reach and help her. You could go help your bomb point, or you could go help your Sombra on high ground. I mean, you could potentially make it in time to save the Ashe, but nah, she's dead. And again, we need the boop on the ball. Like, Lucio is one of the best heroes to heal a ball, because your boop is shorter than his grapple. So unless he holds his grapple, you can disrupt this engage every time. So right now, again, don't float. Make a choice. You wanna go help the Sombra, go wall right here, get up here, shoot this guy, boop him away when he gets close to your Sombra. You're gonna force fade. If this guy tries to grapple on you, boop him away. And if things get messy, then you can always like this guy can run out, you can run out, but you're not really assisting him. Like, you're not really helping him right now, because the reason why this guy has to get out is because the Reaper is pushing him. So you need to be here to boop the Reaper away. And again, if you want to go point, I don't think you can get a kill here, but if you want to assist your ball right now, nah, I don't like this. This point is like hard for you to enter the Junkrat on. So I think your choice is fine. You just needed to perform better mechanically and prioritize booping this Reaper away and keeping him away from your Sombra. And also here, once again, you need to be booping this ball. He has used grapple. He's not holding. If you boop him, your Sombra lives. Maybe, perhaps. This is okay. This is good. Nice. Okay, now we have a choice to make. We see our Ashe is in the backline. She's far away. We can't really help her easily. We're probably gonna follow up on a dive. So you could do two things right now. Let's see what you see. You hear the Reaper, right? So you could stand on this corner, shoot this guy. Don't let him get close. And after you poke him a bit, you could swing around and go fight Diana, or you could just go fight Diana. I suppose it's either one works. the advantage of staying here is that if your Ashe takes this angle, she won't be able to like shoot anything if the Reaper's close. But your Diana is isolated, so I think either choice is fine here. Just to go for the dive. Your Ashe dies. That's good. Okay, so right now you need to stay away from this guy. Good. Whenever they have a Mercy, she's gonna go for the res, because that's why she's playing Mercy. She's playing Mercy to res, right? So you gotta sit. You gotta keep in mind that she's gonna go for the res and be ready to jump in and boop her away. Now with Valk, it's harder. I'm not even sure if Lucio boop can stop a Valk res, but when she doesn't have Valk and you have a kill, you need to keep your eyes on the Mercy, because she will fly in. And this is like, this is the same problem we had before, where you were just pushing into the Junkrat, right? You wanna keep your distance from the Reaper. You wanna keep poking him. You wanna boop him away. You don't wanna necessarily run into his face, and you're putting yourself in the middle. And when you put yourself in the middle, you get shot from multiple angles and you immediately die. You need to kind of stay on the edge. You need a short angle, right? So if you wanted to, you could even go this way and shoot the Junkrat from here, or you could just sit here, wall ride, and boop the Reaper. We have -1 point right now, so they shouldn't be able to touch anyway. But you don't want to just int in. Beat here is not necessary, I would say. You want to beat when we're like hard pushing in or to deny an important ult. Like maybe, I don't know. Maybe they're nanoing the Reaper, or they're balling, or they're minusing, or they're tiring. But right now, only you and the bull are fighting, so this beat doesn't get a lot of value. Good shots. Okay. Okay, right now, what should we do? Since we're on this angle, Mr. Junkrat, we can probably just fight the junk. Nice. Late on the res again, but it's okay. And then you jump in mines and you die. Okay, right now, what's happening around us here? Our Sombra stop. I would probably go with the Sombra, just because this is closer than going here. And it's also an angle. So I would probably go do a rat play with your Sombra. Nice. Go with her, go with her. You're floating again. You're not doing anything. Okay, you see they're going top. So again, nothing's happening. Nobody's diving. Go get your own angle. Okay. If you want to, I mean, they have Hog now. The only person that you need to peel right now is the Reaper. So if you want to, you could sit up here, because like, what is Reaper gonna do, right? He's gonna do one of two things. He's either gonna TP to point, or he's gonna TP to high ground. He has to close the distance on the Ashe, right? So you could be here, mark this right angle. Marking essentially means that you're contesting this angle, so you're not letting people get close. If the ball wants to go up here, you're gonna poop them away, you're gonna do damage. And if they go main, you can poke, and if you see somebody isolated, you can even drop and go for the kill, right? This position is not like you're in front of everybody, and you're not even like wall riding. You're just sitting here. If you want to sit on this corner, then you like, sitting on this corner was fine when the Sombra was here, because you had a crossfire with her. But even then, you don't want to necessarily be the first thing that the enemy team shoots. This is good. That's pretty good. Upping Arana. Stay here, stay here. You don't have to run back. Just stay here. You boop the junk in. Just stay on this corner. Keep shooting the Junkrat. There's no reason to go back. You're not helping anybody here. Kill song is fine here. Good attempt. Okay. Shoot the Moira. Good. Good boop. Okay, that's okay, I guess. Okay, you roll out point. Your team is right. Sorry, your team is playing left side. You could this okay, so now they swapped May. So they're playing like hard, they're playing a brawlier, tankier sort of comp. Your background is not gonna be in danger because they don't have speed. You can hover around this area, like you can wall ride on this side and try to get a boop off, or you could play on right side and mark the right side angle and then swing back if they're trying to push your team and boop them away, I guess. It's kind of tricky with Hog because you have to keep your distance. Or so you could like be here and speed your team out when they're pushing in while poking, or you could go here, hold your own angle, poke, maybe go in with the ball. The fact that Reaper is here kind of, I feel like kind of demands you to sit on here, but at the end of the day, it's your choice. This is fine. Here you could boop the Junkrat out. A boop is not only to help your team, but it's also to displace enemies. So if you boop, so if you go right around this corner and you boop the Junkrat out, you're essentially denying him cover, which is gonna make him easier to shoot. So this is good. So now, boop the Junk out. Boop him out. Don't let him go in. Your ball keeps face tanking. Watch out, because he has hook now. So right now, I would probably go with the Reaper. Go help this guy. He's trying to take a flank. Go help him. Your guy dies. Now, would you have been able to save the Reaper? Actually, I think that if you're here with the Reaper, you kill the Moira. He doesn't use Fade and he lives. So I think this was on you. You do good disruption to tanks like Wrecking Ball, Doomfist, and Winston, but you don't do a whole lot to the Hog. You can poke him from distance, but it's not like super valuable. You can be there to like poop his hooks, but you're also at the risk of getting hooked. And if you get hooked, you die because you're 225 HP. So I would say that against tanks like Rhine, Ram, Hog, or Orisa, you can help your team disengage their pushes, but it's more valuable to take your own angle and support your DPS. Like if your DPS is taking a flank, it's more valuable to help them, because if you like these tanks are slow, right? So if your Ashe is like not dumb, she's gonna walk back when the Hog walks forward, right? And if she doesn't, you can't really save her. Like sure, you can be there for a boop, but again, trying to boop the hook also puts you at danger of getting hooked if you're here, right? It's a valid option trying to contest this angle against the Hawk maybe, but I would much rather see you have your Reaper take the flank. I will focus on the Curie here. And even here you see it for 1 second, but there's a Junkrat taking this angle. So you could like, oh, and there's a Moira feeding in. So right now 100% your job is to wall right this way and contest this Moira on point. Because again, you're not gonna do damage to the Hog. And if you wanna go for the Curie, then sure. But she's gonna TP away, and this guy just faded in. This is good, but it's late. You could be here to boop the Mei when she comes out of Ice Block. Maybe you get her off the map. Get trapped. Oh, you actually get that. Nice. Okay, so go for the Moira now. Go for the Moira. Or tap your Reaper. This is also fine. Okay, so now where are they gonna come from? Probably gonna come from main. Could come from left side. Your Reaper's hiding here. You could be here. When they walk, you boop them in. You speed your Reaper, etc. holding this angle is also fine, but like realistically, you're not gonna be able to prevent them from walking here. If you have the option to +1 on angle, it's generally better than holding your own angle. If nobody's like flanking, then hold your own angle, because you're not just gonna stack on top of your team for no reason, especially if they don't have dive. Ball is engaging early, nothing you can really do about that. So right now, your Reaper could use your help. You kind of just not doing anything. And again, we're beating for 2. Your Reaper just went out. You see, wait, he doesn't want to go back in. They use Fox. There's a ball here and mines. You could get hooked here, and you would Ajax. I mean, you would lose your beat. So I don't like this beat. If anything, you should run away because they're foxing, and when they go to point, then we should beat and kill them on point. And even here, I would still go for the Squishy, not the Hog. You see the Mei here? You have the Reaper here? Yeah, your Reaper has the right idea, right? He's going for the Mei. You gotta help this guy. Stop focusing on the Hog. So like, for example, when they have Mei ult or Cold and they're pushing our team, that's a better time to beat. If we're like going in aggressive, it's fine to beat here, but the cycle was already over. The Bull had already slammed, had already used his mines, and the Reaper had already used his fate. So that was late beat, not valuable. If they walk in now and they like Blizzard our Ana, that would be a better time to beat. Now you're putting yourself in the middle again. If you see somebody that's isolated, it's fine to go for something like this, right? Or if you're like booping from an angle where you cannot be punished, that's why I'm encouraging you to war ride, because you can like essentially use vertical cover. You can be here and you can boop them out, or be here and boop them out, or even boop them off the map, right? So just running in the open and booping, you should die here, because you're exposing yourself, you're exposing your back to the enemy team, you're putting yourself in the middle. Reaper's on flank again. I think helping Urana here is fine. You should speed her away, not necessarily heal her. I think you're waiting for Boop here. I think that's reasonable. But right now, right now you need to chop, do something else, because they're not going to point. So you see the Mei here, go get her. Or hype your Reaper. Gets the kill. We're still AFK. You can't do anything here anymore. You almost save your run, actually. Good. Okay. Biggest things for you, I would say, are... Okay, let me think. What did I see? Your beats. I mean, this is very simple to fix. Beat when going in, or when they're using, like when they're pushing in. So beat when... my handwriting is horrible. Beat for aggression when we are going in, but make sure that your team is actually going in and they have their cooldowns to go in, or to sustain. So when they're using ults like Nanoblade or Blizzard or whatever, and they're pushing our team, then we beat just defensively, right? Beating for 2 people can work, but again, you need to make sure that we have the cooldowns to sustain the aggression and to go in. Second thing is, when nothing is happening, go hold your own angle. Hold your own close angle. And ideally, make sure this angle is like not... You're not taking a horrible matchup against you. Like shooting the Hog, I'm really not sure that you marking the Hog did really anything. again, if your team is like has half a brain cell, they're gonna start moving back when the hog pushes in, and you're not even the best hero at peeling the hog, because I'm not sure if I mean, if you don't time your boop right, she's gonna get the kill anyway, and you're putting yourself in a position where you can get hooked as well. A diva would do a much better job. Ana is already doing a good job at denying him, right? So that leads me to the so this is not just about the hog, it was also about the Junkrat and about the Reaper. Choose your angle. It still needs to be a short angle, but against heroes that can punish you for being close, you should keep your distance a bit, and abuse the fact that you can poke them out. You can poke out the Reaper, you can poke out Junkrat, etc. And then also very importantly, assist flanks. You are maybe the best hero doing this, because a Kiriko that TPs in to help a flank, she's stuck there and she cannot move away and she's vulnerable. She's gonna get her Suzu forced out and she cannot go help her team again, right? But if you're a Lucio, you can go speed your Reaper on the flank and heal your Reaper when he's taking damage and do damage with the Reaper, and then you can get out as you did and help your Ana if she needs the help, right? So these are the three biggest things I've seen. Amps were reasonable. I think you stayed a bit too much on heal when we were moving or when you were fighting in 1v1s. This is four things: speed, speed spam when in 1v1. This makes you less harder to hit. But anyway, that's gonna be it for now. Lucio is a very, very nuanced hero. You have a lot of decisions to make in at any point in the fight, right? So keep practicing that. If you have any questions, then feel free to reach out to me in DMs, and I hope this was helpful.